All right, so I just wanted to really add at least two more things, and I think that is all I really wanted to do. So we're just again going to go here and to the asset store, and let's look up Skybox. Okay, so the Skybox is basically, that's our sky, is what it is. You're probably semi-familiar with those, but it's just what you're going to see. It's the clear flag. And what that means, basically, if the camera sees nothing, this is what, if it's cleared of any things, this is what it sees. So you can see there's a whole bunch of them in here. Let's just do this Fantasy Skybox free, just because. So I'm going to grab this one. But feel free to, explore and find ones and all that other stuff. So I'm just going to add this one to my asset store as soon as it gets in there. Come on. Add to assets, add to my assets. And then you have to agree to the terms. It's funny, I used to not have this. Well, I used to not have to do it inside of the web as well. So, and then the other thing I want to do is grab, I guess, oops, okay. Well, thank you. I'm trying to do something else here. Some water. Oh, and make sure we say free. Free, thank you. All right. Let's see. And let's see what these look like. I don't really like any of these. Let's try something else, because I really, what I want is an ocean. So there are materials out there that will have these shaders in there, which is fine, but what I want to find is something for my but I want to find a prefab that has water built into it, so I don't have to download it. So what was the name of it? I already have it installed, so I'll just tell you what the name is. Let's go to Window, Package Manager, and I just grabbed, I'm going to hit refresh list, and I do not, Fantasy Skybox free. I'm going to go ahead and download that. It's relatively large. So I'm going to download it and import it, and I'll just pause it for you guys so you won't see this part. All right, so I downloaded and imported it. I also got this large water shader. Is that the one that I want? I'm trying to see if there's... Well, I think that looks like that will be acceptable. So I'm going to use this large water shader as well. I'm just going to go ahead and download that. So just look up large water shader free asset. So I'm going to download it and then I'll import it. I already did this with the other one. I just didn't, it took a pretty long time because it was like a couple hundred. Has package manager. Skip. And I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to do that. I had a problem before when I did something like that, and it didn't end up working all that well for me. So let's see if we can find another water. I swear I had another one. Skybox, Shantytown. All right, so let's go back here and see if we can find large water. Let's see if there's large water and see if we get. So yeah, see, this one I don't think worked that well. I'm gonna find one. This is the one I want. Is this NV Job Simple Water Shader? This one works pretty good. So whatever this is. Okay, so that's the one we're gonna install. Because I installed this one before and it actually made my it like broke my thing. So we're not going to use the large water shader, but we're going to use instead, it's just a weird name for it. Where are you? Right here. There. This guy. We're going to grab this. We're going to download it. And then I'm going to import it. Import. And that will take a second. Yep, and then import. And then I'm going to pause it. All right, so those elements are imported. So let's just go ahead and I'm just going to grab the water here. So assets, blah, blah, blah. Let me see, examples, water, examples, scene. So we want examples, water. Going to grab the prefabs. And we have water surface and water, I think this one's specular. Oh, and it's going to make me wait, which is kind of neat. Okay, and I'm just going to grab that one. And let's just go ahead. I'm just going to drag it up here. There it is there. And let's zero out its positions. So we want to go like here. And I'm just going to scale it much bigger, like so. And you can see it's not bad looking water, and it's actually animated as well. So I'm going to bring this in. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I meant to go to the middle one. Okay. So remember, just R for scale. Okay. So like you're not gonna be able to see it right now, but if the game was playing, this actually moves, which is good. Okay, so there's a water shader. Oops, we actually got to pull it up a little bit. There we go. Just want to make sure that it's bleeding into the island there. Okay, so now we have an island. That looks good. The other thing I need to do is the Skybox. Now, right now it has this default one, which is fine for most things, but we don't really want that. So what I got to do is go, it's got to be in the first-person controller, first-person camera. And you can see right here it says Clear Flags Skybox. And we need to change that there. So we want to add a skybox. Now there's a couple ways to go about doing this. We can add a component to our camera that will add a skybox. But what would actually be better is to just use the lighting, and that will give us a little bit more to work with as well. But while I got this selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit frame on it. And what I want to do, just so I can see what we're doing here, is I'm just going to rotate it so I can see the sky. Okay, good. So now I can see the sky. I can see the general idea here. So in order to just set it to the scene, what I'm going to do is go to Window, and then we're going to go to Rendering, and then you want to do Lighting. Okay. Now, we want to go to the environment, and you'll see Skybox Material. You see right now it's on default Skybox. It's a little thing, and then you can see all of the ones that we've downloaded. So you can choose whatever one you think would look good for you and go from there. Let's do this night sky. Let's see. This one's kind of pretty. Whatever one you think would work. You're going to notice that it actually affects. Let's do the night one. That's cool. So double click on that. The sun source is that directional light that was built into it, so we'll keep that. That's fine. The real-time shadow color, we'll leave that. One other thing I kind of want to switch down here is fog. So if I click on fog, what that's going to do is it's going to add fog to it. So the idea here is this. If you have things that pop in, like let's say these billboards, the farther away they get, it adds aerial perspective. So notice that if you look back there, see how that gets really like one color, but then things that are up close have more contrast. That's fog. Now we can change the density and the way that it's done. Right now it's using this color. I'm actually going to give it a little bit more of a bluish color. Okay, let's kind of keep it like that. Let's go a little bit lighter actually, like that. And then we can actually change this as well. So if you do linear, it's going to go farther. You won't see it happening quite so fast. If we do exponential, it will happen a little bit faster, and so on and so forth. So we can choose the density, and we can choose how far it is. Not halo, I don't want that. I'm just going to go with that. They used to give you a number. Anyways, I'm going to add the light fog, because that's going to give me, it's going to make things kind of faded as they go away. So that's how we add the light box. The other thing, I'm not going to do this now, but it is something you need to think about, is this generate lighting right down here. And you're going to see no matter what tab you have, it's all on there. And what that is this. The lighting right now is being rendered real time, which is actually very slow. What you can do is if you can bake that into the map itself, and then you'll have real time lighting as well, but for things that don't move, it'll bake that as like a texture that overlays on top of it, and it makes it just much more efficient. Most games work that way, although I think the new generation of consoles is going to actually have real-time lighting like all the time, but back in the day, that wasn't like really the thing, and probably most of the games you're playing now do not use that. Except for things that are dynamic, like characters and maybe moving trees or things like that that are moving. But we'll call that good enough for now as far as the Skybox is concerned. And now if we go to play it, you'll see that we have a lot better ambiance. But it will look better if you actually go ahead and bake it. It just takes a really long time. It kind of depends on your computer too. If you have a really nice gaming computer, it probably will work a little bit better. But you see now that's really affecting how this looks. And you can see like we have the fog, which I think kind of helps things sit back a little bit, like the trees and stuff. Let's see if we can look at Oh, where's my? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's because of the fog. It's making it all gray. But if you could see, I just want to show you the water is actually moving, which is kind of cool. We don't have anything in there that's like making us die or anything, which isn't that great. But you can see there's our water, and it looks pretty good, right? I mean, that's not too bad. So anyway, we have most of the things now working. So we're going to call that good as far as our scene. I did everything really quick, and I was just showing you how to do it. For you, you should go through and really try to make things look nice. You know, really spend time painting all of the textures on the ground, adding trees, specifically, you know, varied amounts of trees and things. You can also grab other assets, rocks and stuff as well. Add all those different elements, because that's what most of your game is going to be built on. That, okay? Yeah, we at least have the start of, you know, our basic game with really not too awful much work. So, all right, good job.